everybody. How are you doing?
Wait, I have a very important question to ask you. Are you guys excited to be in this room right now? I can feel it.
I can too, and I want to ask you guys another question. Are you excited for season 2 of Dragula? Me too. Well, first thing is first. I need to get my assless manservant in here to bring my notes. So Ian, could you please come in here?
I'll have to prove Drac Mortar wrong because he definitely has an ass. Ian, why don't you show it to them?
I meant assless like his pants are assless. Is that why you didn't come?
Oh, you know, just had to take his pants off.
Cool. Well, thank you. Well, welcome to the panel, everybody. We are really excited to be here with you because it's a really exciting time for us. We are in the middle of filming Dragula Season 2 right now. So I don't think I need to do this, but just to make sure, is everybody, and you all know what Dragula is, right? And you know who we are, obviously. All right, then we don't need to go into all that.
No. I think we just kind of wanted to recap our mission statement, like why we came up with the idea and created it in the first place. And it's very simple. It's to celebrate the uncelebrated. It's really to bring a stage and a spotlight to alternative, freaky drag performance artists.
Exactly. And in saying that, that kind of leads into our first 2 guests who are going to be joining us for the panel. We are so proud of them, actually, because they, took a chance on the show. They really didn't know what it was going to be when they signed up for it. And they basically created really amazing careers for themselves based off of the show, and they are not mainstream drag queens at all. Let's welcome, actually, to the panel our fan favorite of season 1, Meatball.
Meatball is a great example of a queen who, like Drac said, she took a spin with us and took a gamble on joining the whole concept of competing in Dragula. She wasn't, she's not quote unquote like the typical monster, but she took the ball and really went as far as possible. And she's a great example of why we created the show, because we had this genius just sitting in Los Angeles, not having a lot of opportunities. We put her on the show, and now everybody gets to love her and celebrate her. And here she is with us in New York.
Thank you.
So our next guest, you guys know, needs no real introduction. He was the winner of Dragula Season 1 and the world's first drag super monster, Vander von Ott.
Here we are again, bitches.
Now, we promise not to stab you or light you on fire or anything like that. For now, maybe for a Dragula All-Stars, we'll see. Are you guys enjoying DragCon so far?
I've had the best time meeting everybody. This has been so much fun, you guys.
Yeah, it's been insane. I've never been so happy and mutually as exhausted at the same time.
So we don't get to come out to the East Coast, especially New York, very often as a group. So I wanted to ask you guys, so since we have everybody here, if you have any sort of favorite experiences from Dragula that maybe the crowd wouldn't know about that you could tell them about.
Favorite is
Show
a strong
or the night
word.
experience.
I had the best time. So I broke my hip and we were going on tour. And I decided, I was like, you know what, I'm still gonna go on tour, but I had to be the worst person, and I had to have my wheelchair with me. And I had like Vander and Pinche taking care of me the whole time, and it was like, it was great because she won, but in the end, I really won because she was my servant. And that felt great.
Oh my God. I think my favorite time was when we were shooting at Oasis in San Francisco, and it was so much fun, but here's the tea. So it was daylight savings, and we had to film after the club closed, and we were exhausted in drag for so many hours, and the time came and we were like, it's gonna close, and daylight savings knocked it back an hour, and they kept the club open another hour. So we got to like kiki in the dressing room and half drag and eat pizza for like hours.
Yeah.
That's Peaches Christ was on the warpath too, because she's cute and she's a friend of ours, and she's really gracious to come forward and be part of our, be part of the show and bring her kind of notoriety. For those of you that don't know, Peaches Christ is kind of like a legendary alternative queen. Yeah, and you could tell she was just like grinding her teeth, like, yeah, no, that's cool. Yeah, no problem. I'll be here. I'll hang out till 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, and Heclena's like, well, it's going to be more like 8 or 9 in the morning, but yeah. Is there anything that you guys can talk about to the crowd that maybe was difficult about being on season 1 of the show?
We all felt an enormous pressure to create every single last piece of anything we wore or did. There's a definite pressure to do everything yourself. So to be issued a challenge like 2 or 3 days before and have to make the costume, like make everything from scratch. There was not a single day that I arrived to set with even an hour of sleep. It was always like pulling all-nighters up until shooting.
I also thought, because like you were saying, I'm not like a monster, I kept feeling this urge to want to try to do something spooky and scary, and I feel like I always did better when I did just me.
Exactly.
And I was learning that while doing it, and I think that was a really hard, I was struggling very hard trying to figure out who I was.
You're spooky and scary just as you are.
I'm sorry, you bitch!
Well, that was the thing, you know, when you guys signed up, I don't think everybody was clear that that's not what we wanted. We cast you guys because we liked you as you were. And, you know, monster to us doesn't mean you come out dressed like Frankenstein every day. You can be, you know, it's really about celebrating alternative drag, you know? And you have like a punk element to you. You're very rebellious. You don't fit into the mainstream, and that's why you were a perfect, you know, cast member for the show.
Thank you.
I think actually we have a limited time, so I'm gonna get going right into season 2 of Dragula.
Yeah, we were of course really excited. I mean, the real tea is that we did season 1 totally punk rock style. We wanted to create a show, and we did. It was born from a club that we did for a couple of years, and we took it all over the country, and we saw that all over, from the Northeast to the South to the Northwest, and of course, all over California, there were weirdo witch covens everywhere we went, and everybody celebrated the club. So out of that, the idea of the show was born, and then out of that, just wild, crazy, unrelenting energy, I think it just kind of caught fire. We got a lot of press and a lot of fans, and it was picked up by a foreign network. We got some money, and Dragula season 2 is going to be on Out TV all through Canada, all through Australia and South Africa, kind of on a world scale, and it's also negotiating getting picked up in Germany and France and like several other European countries. So let's just give it up for that.
Yes. I can't wait to hear them dub over our voices in German.
Oh my God, right? Well, you know, season 2 did get picked up. It's gonna be a much bigger deal. It will be on cable TV, but also season 1 is being remastered. So it has new sound, new color. There's a lot of behind the scenes footage that was added to make the episodes hour long and cable ready.
So all 6 remastered episodes of season 1 are gonna go every Tuesday, and it will lead right into the Halloween night launch of season 2 on Out TV. So, yeah.
Which, if you didn't know, yes, season 2 will be debuting on Halloween night, October 31st.
Yeah. So the new night, it'll no longer be Mondays. If you guys recall, last year it was on Monday night. So now it's going to be Halloween falls on a Tuesday, so it's going to follow on every week, not every 2 weeks. Every week it'll be out on Tuesdays starting on Halloween night.
But since we did get our start online, we want, you know, people to be able to access it in a similar way that they were last year. So I'm excited to announce that you will be able to see season 2 on WOW Presents, The World of Wonder. You will be able to watch episodes every Tuesday as they come out. It's going to come out weekly now, so if you go to WOW Presents, you'll be able to see the new episodes starting Halloween night and every Tuesday after.
And as a little sneak preview of sort of like the flavor, if you could say like season 1 was sort of very, very witchy and very almost kind of goth, I'd say. Season 2 is more kind of like Banshee out of death metal hell. It's like super rockin' hard. Like the energy is a little different. It's really major, and a lot. It's sort of a lot more of everything. Each episode of Dragula for season 2 will be a full 1 hour. Go ahead. You guys can scream and yell for 1 full hour of Dragula. Here, we'll do this Barker style. We have more ghouls in season 2 competing for the crown. Which means more exterminations, more locations, all full 1 hour. We're really excited about it. And I think because of characters like Meatball and Vander and all of the cast of season 1, the girls from season 2 have showed up ready to kill. Oh my God, it was so good.
In all seriousness, this cast is insane. Like, they watched last year, they got really inspired by you guys, and they brought it. Like, I mean, in a way that we didn't anticipate or plan. Day one was like insane. Like, when they all met each other for the first time, it was a lot of drama, a lot of fighting, and it's crazy. They saw you guys, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They saw you guys and they said, you know, they were like, I gotta bring it. So they came ready. It was kind of, have you guys ever watched Bad Girls Club before?
Do you guys have any, do we have any Bad Girls Club fans in this audience? I kind of love that. So season 4, by the way.
Yeah, totally. So that being said, you will definitely love Dragula season 2 if you like Bad Girls Club.
There is interpersonal drama that we didn't necessarily know about or orchestrate, because that's the one thing that you can count on. Like, none of the stuff, the relationships, good or bad, between any of the girls, which goes to season 1 or 2, is fabricated or amplified in any way. Like, when they have heartfelt moments of kind of connection and friendship, it's real. When they have just straight up animosity that goes back to a history that we weren't even aware of,
right.
It's real and amazing. So it's definitely something to...
Well, that's one of the things that happened is 2 of the contestants were getting picked up by the crew, and they were in the airport, and they were in the airport at the same time. So they ran into each other, and it was like, but yeah, I'm really excited. I can't wait for you guys to see some of the footage.
Another exciting thing, though, and this kind of goes to our approach, I guess, to the show, is that, you know, we want to give opportunity while we can, and always to the season 1 girls. Like, just because they've been on the show and now we're moving on to season 2 doesn't mean like, okay, bye, bitch, like, thank you, and we're done. Like Vander, for example, outside of the world of drag, is actually a very talented production designer. And she kind of stepped forward and put her name in the hat and say, hey, you know, I have an interest to try to help shape the look and the feel of season 2. And we're like, you know, show us your reel, let's see what you can do. Super amazing, super talented. So Vander's actually been working with us on set throughout the entire process of season 2. So she knows all the tea.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Vander, is there anything you want to spill that you think is within your legal rights?
Careful, bitch.
And mysteriously disappear. These bitches are nuts. Day one, like when the first girl came out, my jaw just like hit the floor. It's ridiculous the crap they brought. And I think it's very much that. They saw season 1 and they were like, we have to 1-up that times 10, you know? It's insane. You're gonna love it.
And I know nothing.
Well, one of the things that we actually really liked, and we did with season 1, was because we filmed it in such a kind of pirated, kind of punk rock style, when people were giving us feedback on the Reddits and all the comments, we were kind of in the process of like organically sort of filming and watching to the reaction, which isn't really the way most production companies work, because they're, you know, everything's just slotted and done and in the can, and however people react to it, they react to it. But we were able to adjust on the fly and say, oh, they want more of this or less of that. So I want to put it out there right now. How many of you guys would like to see a cameo for a Meatball in season 2? I can't.
Are you just gonna kill me again?
We've thought about it too in a very fun way, so maybe we'll actually do it.
Yeah, I think we still
My
can.
schedule's open.
What's been your experience, Meatball, since you've been on Dragula? Like, was it the reaction that you expected, or what do you think?
It's been amazing. Everyone's like really been into like how weird and goofy I am, which is something that's super new to me, and so I feel like I'm learning how to be more myself, and it's all because of you guys who watched and enjoyed me being a f***ing idiot. Also, me and Loris are really close friends, I promise.
This week.
We have this year a lot of girls from just all over. And it's been an interesting experience to see them putting their lives on hold for kind of an extended period of time, away from familiar people, support systems, even ways to make money, and isolating them in this crazy world that is Dragula and what the Boulet brothers are going to do to them and ask of them like week after week after week. And it's been amazing to see how they persevere. They take the challenge and get like a little harder and a little more confident for those that are, you know, still with us. harder and more confident and more hungry and ready and just like the most powerful and potent version of themselves possible. And it's been such kind of an honor to see that.
Yeah, I agree, for sure.
I've never seen that. We've been throwing parties for years. We've dealt with, I don't even know, probably more than 1,000 different performers. And these girls, to see that transformation is really something special.
We don't have a ton of time, and I'm sure people want to ask questions. So you guys want to do like a question and answer kind of thing? Yeah?
Oh, cool. So we have a microphone here in the center. If anyone, we could do hands, or she's ready.
Was anyone else getting vibes from like that movie The Witches with Angelica Houston? Like whenever the Grand High Witch would explain a new way to kill children, the crowd would go crazy. This is exactly what that is.
Oh God, I want to live that moment. Remove your wigs. Remove your shoes. Now you got something to Google if you don't know what the hell we're talking about.
You're in a room full of people that actually want to do that because they're in so much pain from drag.
Hi guys, my name is Francis. Thank you guys so much for being here. It's great to see a show that combined my two favorite things, horror and drag. My question is, how do you guys come up with the exterminations that happen every episode?
Oh, that's easy. That is the easiest thing. We get ready with these girls all the time, and you're just sitting there doing your makeup, and you think of all kinds of things to do.
We have lists. We have like literal lists on both of our phones. It's like, inspirations and exterminations and challenges and, just things that might inspire you, whatever, at any point of your day. So there's like a lot. We have more exterminations than we could ever need for seasons like 2, 3, 4, 5. I have a question for you. Which one did you like the best? Which one from season 1 did you like the best?
Oh, I really like Loris's, the one with like the...
So did I.
The car?
You have your #1 in the country Loris impersonator here with us today.
My name is Loris.
Wait, reset it. You have to do the whole thing.
Oh, God.
Okay, are you ready?
I think I remember it. My name is Loris, and I've been a vegan by choice for 3 years. But I'm not going home tonight. Not tonight! It haunts my nightmare.
Okay, literally, when we were like watching them edit it, we could not watch it without cracking the up every time. And then we were watching it, and they're like, the editors were like, wait, but she says not today. And then but Meatball even goes back and corrects her. You read her, you're like, no, bitch, you don't even know your own line.
I have to ask each one of you, what horror film inspires you?
I can say It, that clown, but not the new one, the original one, because Tim Curry was fucking hilarious. It's like, especially when it was like popping up with the balloon, just like,
And his little dance he did?
like, who does that? Me.
I would say for me, it would be the original Halloween. You can see some of that slow building pacing in Dragula, when you watch it, if you really look for it, you can see that kind of intensity build up. That movie inspires me a lot.
I'd say for me, I think the movie that scared me the most, I don't think it's necessarily that inspirational, but it is The Exorcist. For me, that really chilled me when I was younger. But the one that I think I take the most influence from as far as like the Boulet brothers is definitely Death Becomes Her, if you want to consider that a horror film.
I think for me, it's more of a character that eventually propelled me into loving horror, and it was Margaret Hamilton as the Wicked Witch of the West in The Wizard of Oz. That was the character that, for me, clicked. Ooh, I like her. She's mean and she's petty as because she's fighting for these shoes an entire movie.
Well, thank you guys so much, and I will say you guys are like a John Waters' wet dream, so I'm so happy to see this.
Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Pedro, and I wanted to know if you can choose your color theme for your wake, what would it be?
For a wig?
No, the color theme for your wake
Oh,
when
our
you die.
wake. She's getting personal.
When you're dead and people come see you, what would the color theme
Oh,
be?
wait. I said your weight. I was like, excuse me, bitch? I wear a corset today, but you ain't got to read me like that. I say white.
I'm not spending
Are you
any
not gonna-
time on that question at all.
Whites with wine stains. Do you want to share that story?
You can.
Or do you want? If
I
you
really don't mind at all.
I'll tell it.
Okay.
We were filming the Last Supper of season 1. We hadn't seen a lot of the girls in weeks because we were down to like the top 3. We were sitting at a table much like this one. We were sitting right next to each other like this. And we had those white and gold goddess kind of outfits, if you guys recall. And it was special for us because like we had these made. We were gonna have our moment in the mansion. We were gonna have like head to toe, like full body, like drama, like, you know, for us to be on camera. So we get there and it's dressed with all the goblets and the silver and everything was like blood and wine all over the place. So we went in there and we're like, everybody be careful. Please be careful. This is the first time we've worn these outfits. One of the producers leaned in to move something, and he bumped the table with his body, and the table stuck to his pants because it was sticky from the blood. And he pulled it away, and this giant goblet just knocked over. Blood ran right directly to Drac and went all over that dress from the waist down, just soaked in red.
And the fear of God was put into all of us. She jumped up so fast, and the rest of us, they were like, oh, we're taking a break, and everyone just like got up and ran.
I didn't say a word, though.
She didn't say a word. She was just like...
That producer, she's like, I have to leave this room right now. And the producer, he was crying. No kidding, he was in tears. He was like, God damn it, now he's made it about himself. You can't even be mad, now we gotta consult Tito.
It wasn't that bad, was it?
Anyway, we got the lower part of the skirt replaced like really like instantly, and we were able to shoot it happily ever after that.
Hi.
Hi.
I was just wondering what keeps you guys inspired with your drag and with like the queer community, and you guys have just been like such a good like founder of underground drag, and I wonder like how you find new underground queens.
Well, these girls inspire us, honestly. You know what I mean? Like we look around in our crystal ball and see other people around that we're like, this person's amazing. We need to bring them out and like, you know, blow them up, you know? But for us, this is where we came from. This is what we do and that's what we love. So when you live authentically, you know, you automatically surround yourselves with the thing you love. So
we're weirdos too and have been since we were little kids. The fact is, and we say this all the time at our own party, which happens every Friday night, and it's amazing because we're in a room with a lot of other queer-minded people that just have like a positive energy. We're all part of a community. Whether you see that or not, it's the truth. Like we're all here, especially in this room, we have things in common. So I think the only thing that you can do as a conscientious human being is to promote the things that you see in someone else that you love and appreciate and hope that they do the same thing for you. And if people start doing that, then you have a whole community of people that are supporting the things that we all love. And it's kind of that simple.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Nothing makes me happier than celebrating a girl for something that she was previously tormented about. And I think that motivates me a lot.
To quote the Penguin, if she flushes you, we'll flaunt you.
Exactly.
I'm
Go
too
ahead,
short for
rock
this.
that mic, go ahead.
My name's Gina, and I'm gonna make it really quick. Can you tell us how many episodes we're gonna get for season 2?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's gonna be 10.
Yes.
10 one-hour episodes. That does not include like a reunion or anything like that. If that, probably will come to fruition too. But there are 10 one-hour episodes of season 2.
Yeah, it's fully ready for cable, 10 episodes. Like, you guys are really going to love it. I wish I could share more about it, but it's only, Halloween will be here sooner than we know, so.
Yeah, by the month's end, before it's October 1st, the Meet the Monsters will be out, so everybody will know what's coming.
Yeah, when is it?
September 26th.
Yeah, so you guys will know the whole cast on September 26th.
I think we just want to thank you guys for coming to see us in this room. Thank you for coming to DragCon New York. We're super happy to be here. I hope that was enjoyable for everybody who came to learn some stuff about Dragula.
Just make sure you follow the Dragula social media. We'll be doing a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff this year that we didn't last year. So if you follow the Boulet Brothers Dragula Instagram, we're already putting up teasing things for season 2 on there. So we just actually put up a picture of Vander from season 1 of the moment he got crowned.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that picture never came out. So go and you'll see it on Instagram. And yeah, thank you guys for coming today.